Hello, good evening, greetings and salutations. How the hell are you? I hope everything is going your way. In fact, if it ain't going your way and it don't feel like it is, I want to encourage you. I want you to reach out for the sunshine. And I want you to realize something, that it is my deepest hope and prayer that the sun shines just bright enough today, tomorrow, maybe the next day, that it'll show you that everything is going to go your way. And I want you to realize something, that before the light you see, before that sunshine is even visible to any of us, it has already overcome and pierced the darkness of what's inside of us. Because that light, that comes from the heart. It emanates and radiates out of the heart. Always and forever. So guys, I wanted to take a minute and encourage you to go read the messages that I have written today. Because it was I that wrote them. It was me that typed them. But it wasn't me that spoke them. It wasn't me that shared them with all the world. I'm just a messenger. But I wanted to kind of summarize and reiterate a little bit about what I wrote. I wanted you to know something, that in today's world, everybody and their mama seems to be anxiety riddled and worry stricken. And I'm going to tell you something. Worrying and anxiety, they can be very hard to overcome, but I want to share some good news with you. Did you know worrying and having anxiety and not letting go of the cares of the world and this life, not doing that, it won't extend your life even a second. But letting go will. Studies show, don't they? And so, I wanted to tell you something. Or share it with you, to say the least. That all the things that we tend to grab onto, all the things we spend so much of our life and time worrying about, all of it is meaningless. I want to present to you 3 steps to liberation that'll get you started at least. Step 1 is acknowledging something. Step 1 is to acknowledge that life is in fact bullshit. That everything that we think of and experience in life, it is bullshit. Step 2, accepting and surrendering that all of that is ultimately meaningless. And step 3 is liberation. Because once you realize something, that by accepting and surrendering that everything is meaningless, including all the bullshit that comes with life and this whole song and dance and walk, once you realize that all that bull crap is ultimately meaningless, and I mean realize it as the pointlessness it is, then it will be so easy to just let it go. I want to tell you something though. That all the stuff we spend so much time worrying over and thinking about and not letting go of. Did you know that people in the future, they ain't even gonna know you experienced all that struggling and strife? They ain't gonna know all the sleepless nights you had over something that ruffled your feathers. Oh no, the people of the future, They ain't gonna know that you spent a great deal of your life with a bunch of explosive things happening on the inside of yourself. And it's with that I want to tell you something. Because it's worthless to the future and not worth a single thought. What any of us are experiencing right now, it's worthless in the present too. It's worthless now too. Thus it's meaningless. Because it ain't worth a damn tomorrow. It shouldn't be worth a damn today. You can let it go. If you let that stuff go, you will find out that everything will in fact go your way. I want to tell you, all the things that we hold on to, it's a lot like our day. What we spend 99% of our day on, and you know what? Challenge mode. What we spend 80% of our day on is what our day is composed of, because that's what makes our day. And what is something is made of, ultimately is what it is. And so I present that to you so you can reflect. And with a little bit of awareness, you can let go of all that is meaningless. And when you do that, it is then, when you have said goodbye to all the bullshit and bull crap, when you have acknowledged, accepted, and surrendered how meaningless all of that is. And it's a lot of life when we live unconsciously, it is. But when you realize that, what I said, when you acknowledge, accept, and surrender that all of that is ultimately meaningless, it is then that you can find what is meaningful. Because what's meaningful right now in most people's life is covered up with the meaningless. And all any of us have to do is let it go. There is a technique that I use. I'm going to share with you a secret technique. You're going to feel. You're going to feel the breath move around you. Outside, inside, expand, contract around your head. And you can make it expand. And when you make it expand and you breathe, everything you're holding on to, you let go of. And you use that technique to go inside of yourself deeply and resolve your problems. You resolve those unresolved feelings. You heal the unhealed. And you will escape suffering. You will end it. The 3 steps, everything, acknowledging that everything is bullcrap. Then accept and surrender that bullcrap is meaningless. And it is there. It is there that you will be free to find and discover what has always been there. But when we're unconscious, we bury it underneath the meaningless. You will find what is meaningful. Because you see, the great wisdom of Solomon summed up in Ecclesiastes, over all the examples that he shows us, The great wisdom in meaningless, utterly meaningless, so says the teacher, is this: that when we acknowledge that everything is meaningless, and from the person living from the ego, unconsciously, without using any awareness to their everyday life, everything is meaningless. It takes consciousness to realize that and let it go. It takes awareness. It takes awareness. So, with the lesson out of the way, guys, I wanted to show you what I got going on. I started these seeds in this pan, and some of them did sprout. I don't know how well you can see it. Let's hit that light right there. All right here. There's some sprouting, but the problem is this seed starter. Here's one breaking through the soil. I'm gonna keep watering them, keep taking time, keep doing the technique I showed you. But I'm gonna turn that off. But this seed starter here, I don't like seed starter because it doesn't really clump together enough to hold its shape. So when you go to water it, a lot of times the seeds, even if you put them even an inch deep, they get drug up and it disturbs them, makes them go into plant shock. All kinds of stuff. But that's okay because I am in a new environment. And in this new environment is way different than the environment I gardened in. But that's okay because I'm a quick learner. Oh, I master things really fast. So other than that, I'm going over my stones and my rocks over here. I have lots of pretty ones. I really like this one. Yeah, that one's pretty. So I have all of these. I have little jewelry here. Yeah, I have all kinds of crystals. I like this one. I have some in my bag too. I have crystals everywhere. I have rocks everywhere. I have all this stuff everywhere. There's my amethyst. Now that's one I really like. Yeah. We got some peacock ore right there. We got an amethyst spear right there. We got a amethyst, some fluorite in there, and some quartz in there, I guess. Some pyrite and copper conductor there. And we got our selenite, our dish that's for burning incense on. All kinds of cool stuff. Got an ocarina. And I got a kalimba in here. And now I am tired. Yeah, there we go. All right. So I think that's a good place to end it. I'm probably about to go lay down, go to sleep. Hope everything goes your way.